Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a really cool faction assault team for doing this Umbral Nexus. Now, this team is not only going to be good for doing this faction assault as far as you can reasonably expect to take it today, but it's going to be good to take this faction all the way to level 500. Without a shadow of a doubt, I've never actually lost with this team. Not even come close to it. It is so good. And better than that, if you were thinking about buying that tier 1 just really for that potion of enchantment, there's no real need. This team works so quickly. You just get charged up super fast and start wrecking through the enemy really fast, so there's no need to actually spend your gems. If your gems are really vital to you at the moment and you need your gems. There is a weapon at tier 4, the Umbral Tome. It's a pretty good one. Damage to all boosted by Umbral Stars. Certainly does have its uses, but it's not one of the essential weapons, so don't go spending all your gems just to get it. Right, onto the team and the fight itself. We're starting here. I've done the first fight already to lock the team in, but the quickest way to do it is to just go this way along to here, and then you can do the mythic room next if you like, or just go around picking off the extra rooms and increasing your room treasure multiplier. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to whiz straight across here, look. Right, onto the team itself. If doing these delves is about creating a team which makes it so easy, it is ludicrous, and that team is something which you've seen before, then it's still viable because it is still the team and it works so well it is absolutely ludicrous. I've used a similar team in other factions which allow the colours, and yeah, it's kind of foolproof in a way. What we got is Mang eliminates all armour from an enemy, then deals damage to them. You gain attack equal to the armor eliminated. So what happens is, as the enemy gets more powerful, as the delve level goes up, the enemy gets more attack. It actually works against them because the as the enemy gets more armor, it actually works against them because that armor that you eliminate gets added to your attack. So when you get those enemies on 250 odd armor each, you convert that to attack and you end up on 1,000 attack really quickly. It's kind of ludicrous. Any skull hits end up pretty much lethal to the enemy, and it works really well because we're in construct class. So we get 50% damage reduction from skulls anyway, as well as a 50% start to all constructs. We get rock solid. We're going to be collecting brown all the time with this, and every time we do that we get a barrier. You can actually purposely leave the enemy a skull hit and then hit them with Mang to increase your attack, knowing you're not actually going to take any damage. Tree of Knowledge, gain enchant when matching green gems is cool, as is Fortitude. Now, Chalcedony is going to be our main mana generator, dealing magic-based damage to an enemy based on your level, and then create 3 brown gems boosted by all construct allies. We've got all construct allies, so this is going to be an enormous amount of brown every single time she casts. And with Zernabog in there, who's not essential, but if you don't have that, just pop in another Chalcedony, is all good. If not that, then any other construct troop that you allow, just make sure it's all constructs. This explodes gems after it creates some, but the main point of it being here is it conjures a dust storm when my turn begins. Obsidiaxis is only here for the early stages. This deals damage to all enemies boosted by gargoyle gems and stone blocks. As soon as we get to the stage where we finished wiping out the enemy in one go with him, we'll probably chuck in a second Chalcedony and take it from there. So yeah, a really good team. So Obsidiaxis is only there for the early stages. Remember to swap that out for a second Chalcedony as soon as it becomes the point where you're not wiping out the enemy first go anymore. Right, so let's take a look at the banner, which I can do when I've started the game because I've locked the team in, of course. Got it on a +2 brown, +1 red, -1 blue. I believe it was the Hellcrag banner. So yeah, obviously the Axis is charged already. So I didn't even see what happened, but he got charged. And we just win. Oh dear. Obviously that will be based on your magic level. You can pop in Medals of Nisha to increase your magic level, to increase the damage of your team. It does make a difference. But on the later levels, what we'll be doing is, let's just get this charged up. Obsidiaxis is charged next round. And this is without a potion of enchantment, remember. We're not actually using the potion of enchantment from the shop. I probably have got one stored, so I didn't actually see if I was enchanted or not at the beginning. I might be. So obviously potions are now stored in the factions. Yeah, I do have one, but you don't actually need it. You get charged so quickly with this team. The best way to get a potion of enchantment anyway is to get your faction level, your horde level above level 100, and then you get it stored, and you just get it every single time you fight here. It's really good. Right, so I'll just Umbral Disc. I think I've gone further than this on the main one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to claim these rewards. I'm going to jump out of here, go into the main part and show how you use this team on the higher levels. Right, so I'll go to this now in the main underworld section and show how it works there. Done a slight adjustment to it now because you can have a bit more fun with this now, basically, because where Obsidian Axis is not going to be wiping out these enemies in one go anymore, because obviously the armor and life is much higher on these delves as they get more difficult. We're going to swap him out and we're going to put in the moon. This is a construct as well, but the main reason this is there is because of that bad tarot. Inflict a random bad status effect on a random enemy when an ally casts a spell. So this gives us a ton more protection in this team. It makes it like from bulletproof to bulletproof with extra armor and shields on top. It's kind of a bit crazy, but very safe if you're a newer player, because we're going to be repeat casting a lot, and the other enemy could be death marked, they could be fairy fired, frozen, entangled, anything, every single time we cast a spell, and we're probably not going to bother with that spell at all. It's just there for that bad tarot. You do lose a little bit of the looping mechanic with Chalcedony. She won't loop forever sometimes when she fails to gain all the mana she needs, but it is worth it because I just love the way we get all these negative status effects. But the theory is still the same. We can cast Mang a few times, get our attack up as high as we need. We can get it to 1,000 now quite easily if we want, and I may show how to do that. So same banner, Hellcrag banner, +2 brown, +1 red. So there we go, we're looking for brown. There's only 2 brown there, so we'll collect yellow instead. That is nothing to worry about. Alright, so we'll cast Chalcedony. Cast Mang. Every single time we get brown, remember, we're going to get a barrier. This is actually a really slow start for this team. Normally, Chalcedony just casts and never fails from that moment onwards. You can collect that if you want. A bit more attack. Cast Zernabog. It's going to charge up the team. Any skull hits are going to be absolutely lethal. You can use this now. We've got like 368 attack. We can take it even further if we want. Why not? Let's get it to 530. Every single time we cast, we're getting those negative status effects on the enemy. We're getting a barrier at the same time. Remember, every single time we get brown. Chalcedony for the most part will loop and loop and loop. Any sort of skull hit, well, we can just do it with Chalcedony. Could have done it with a skull hit. But yeah, this is really, really foolproof, because how far you take Mang's attack is pretty much up to you. If you get lucky with skull hits, you're going to be just demolishing the opposition in really quick time, even on the higher levels. And as the levels get harder, it almost gets easier. That's what's kind of a bit mad about it. Let's hit that first troop, steal their armor, convert it to attack, cast Chalcedony on that enemy you took that armor from, cast Mang again on somebody else who you haven't ripped the armor away from. Skull hits are going to be super damaging. Cast Zernabog if you want to create mana really quickly. Let's just do Mang again just for the absolute crack. 757 attack. Cast your Chalcedony on somebody who you didn't steal the attack from. Let's just get 1,000 attack just for the correct. Oh, 976. We're nearly there. This is just for the sake of it, really. Don't need to do it at all. And at the same time, we've got barrier almost constantly. Yeah. Really, really easy. Can play this team while pretty much looking out the window. And we've got all those negative status effects going on the enemies as well. I didn't even notice what was happening to them, but it would have been a lot. Let's do this legendary room then, and then the mythic room. Like I say, this will absolutely take you all the way to level 500 without a shadow of a doubt. Done it so many times where you can use this sort of team on other factions. Just cast Mang on somebody else where you haven't ripped away the armor from yet. Give yourself just a crazy attack. If you want now, you can just keep on casting Chalcedony. Wait for any skull hits to come along, which are going to be absolutely like super deadly. There's one. See you later. There's one there. Be gone. We were safe from their hit because basically we get a barrier every single time we get a brown, and that incidental skull hit finished them off. Super easy. See, Chalcedony is just so good in Delft now. It just makes it work with Mang so well, it's kind of ludicrous. And this is going to be, for me, one of the best teams to use in any delve where you can use these colours. It's pretty fast, it's absolutely easy, and it's safe as anything. If you're a newer player, this is an absolute godsend because your attack is going to be lower than normal at first. And this is a real leveler because with Mang, you can actually just get crazy attack. We're on 1,000 already. I didn't even notice we'd got to 1,000 already. Let's do them a big wallop. They got like 318 armor, 349 life out of it. Don't even need to cast Mang anymore. There's no need. We're just looking for skull hits now. Any skull hits that come along, I'm going to wreck the opposition. There's one. Out of it. Apart from that, you'll just loop charged on it while getting a barrier literally non-stop, or putting negative status effects galore on the enemy. Yeah. That's how you hit someone. So yeah, super easy. Really good team. And pretty much foolproof if you follow those basic guidelines. So there's the video. If you enjoyed it or found it useful, it'd be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button. Like I say, this team will absolutely do you all the way to level 500 in this delve. Easily. If you haven't got Mang Poppin Earth's Fury, that does a similar effect. The power effect isn't quite as good, but it's still going to raise your attack really, really high. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.